Now on 4 News Now at 6, a new hurdle for the North Spokane corridor. What's threatening to delay the decades-old project and how the City Council plans to respond.
You'll want to keep your raincoats ready to go. I'm tracking more spring showers on the way. I'll help you plan around the wet weather in your First Alert forecast.
Plus, Dolly Parton's Imagination Library sends free books to preschoolers every month, but the program's future is now at risk. What this could mean for early literacy and how families can help save it. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Well, the Spokane City Council wants the state legislature to make sure the North Spokane corridor will be completed on time.
The council is considering sending a letter to the state's Transportation Committee about funding for the budget from 2027 through 2029. Derek Strom spoke with local and state representatives about the future of the project. Derek?
Derek, Kirsten, the City Council is hopeful that the legislature will help this project be completed on time in 2029. Councilman Michael Cathcart says any delays in this project due to the state's budget shortfall would have a devastating impact on the neighborhoods that this freeway would connect to.
This freeway is a little bit at risk.
The city of Spokane has worked for decades on the North-South Freeway project, and it's hit a number of snags along the way. The latest potential issue for the project could be the state's $15 billion budget shortfall. The Spokane City Council hopes the state legislature will put the freeway in the 2027 to 2029 budget to make sure it gets done on time.
We've got a lot of land that's sitting idle right now around the freeway that won't be released to do, either economic development or affordable housing or any of that stuff until this freeway is completed.
The State House and Senate already included the project in its budgets for 2025 through 2027, but each is proposing increasing fees and taxes to generate enough revenue for the project to be fully funded, along with other transportation projects across the state.
It's, not something that we take lightly, and something that is in there is, at least in the Senate package, amongst some other potential fees, are a gas tax of 6 cents increase.
The House still has to pass its revenue package, and it's currently proposing a 9-cent increase to the gas tax to generate the proper funding statewide.
That's something that everyone in the county wants to see completed. We've started it. We have now, I think it's 1.5 miles from connecting with I-90. And we need to follow through with that project.
Now, many other traffic projects in this area depend on this freeway being completed on time. The city has a federal grant for a high-speed bus line on Division that can only start when this freeway starts reducing traffic. Live in Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, Derek, thank you. To try to close the budget deficit, Democratic lawmakers are considering imposing new taxes, including raising the gas tax. The current gas tax is 49 cents. House lawmakers want to raise it 9 cents, while Senate lawmakers want to raise it 6 cents. It would also go up by 2% annually to account for inflation. Lawmakers say that would generate about $500 million a year. Lawmakers are also considering raising property taxes. We'll explain what this could mean for you if the plan is approved tonight at 6:30.
Well, one construction project that is not in jeopardy of losing its funding is the Highway 41 and I-90 interchange project in Post Falls. But there are some changes you need to know about. Anyone driving south on 41 to get on the freeway will now need to take the new temporary I-90 westbound on-ramp that begins on Central Avenue. Northbound drivers will no longer be able to turn left to get on the ramp. Instead, a detour will be in place all the way up to 16th Avenue, where you'll make a U-turn to merge onto the temporary on-ramp that starts on Central.
Another construction project set to begin this week is near Stevens Elementary in East Spokane. The goal of the nearly $1 million construction project is school safety. Some of the changes include a new walk route that would include a new crosswalk across Mission Avenue. Crews will also rebuild the intersection around the school to make it quicker for students to cross. The most viable change will be at the intersection of Mission and Magnolia, and that's where the city will install an enhanced crosswalk with flashing lights.
All right, we're seeing some scattered showers making their way across the inland northwest.
We have plenty of wet weather on the way, too. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is here to tell us when the skies may clear. It's going to be a little while, Chris.
Well, it'll be off and on for the next few days. Typical spring weather. Live look now at the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. And there is some clearing out to the southwest, but there's still the possibility of showers off and on for the next hour or so. Here's the view in Moscow right now. Washington Washington Street and 3rd, and there have been a few sprinkles, and it's about to pick up in intensity as well. As we take a look at our radar right now, a lot of that wet weather lifting away from the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, but we have another round of showers and even some embedded thunderstorms that are moving through the Palouse from just south of Connell, where we've picked up some cloud-to-ground lightning strikes, to this area of shower activity moving into Moscow from Pullman. Right around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, very, very light rain. Not all of this is even reaching the ground from about Liberty Lake through Coeur d'Alene up to Bayview. Our chance of showers tapers off dramatically after about 7 o'clock, down to 0, and then begins picking up again tomorrow morning, and maybe in the form of not just rain. Meanwhile, we do have the chance of showers and thunderstorms through about 7, 8 o'clock, and then we start clearing out. Temperatures will be in the 30s by 11 o'clock. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast. Some exciting things happening by the weekend. I'll tell you about it in just a bit. Kirsten.
UConn's marching band brought the energy to downtown Spokane, igniting Purgatory ahead of the Huskies' Elite Eight showdown with USC. Both teams hoping to punch their ticket to the Final Four against UCLA.
Yeah, fans from all over the country have traveled to Spokane to take part in the madness. Marissa Rio joins us live from Spokane Arena. Marissa, you spoke with fans who are visiting Spokane, some of them for the first time. So what are their thoughts of the Lilac City?
Well, Derek and Kirsten, I have heard nothing but positive things about Spokane today. As you can see, fans are still trickling in here at the arena, with many fans telling me around the city today that they've been enjoying all that the Lilac City has to offer. Downtown's Purgatory Agave was packed with Husky fans hoping to see Paige Bueckers lead UConn to the Final Four. And if you strolled through downtown lately, you've likely felt that same energy at our other local bars and restaurants. Out-of-town fans praised Spokane's friendly vibe, walkability, and a fan favorite, the Spokane Falls. Now, it wasn't just UConn bringing the hype this afternoon. We also caught up with USC's marching band. So what did they think of the Lilac City?
Spokane has a lot of really great spots. I've been going out running and I've been watching the waterfall, or I went to Cannon Hill Park, which is a couple blocks down. And everything is just so not like LA. It's such a great disconnect from all the busy city life.
But that calm atmosphere Ralph spoke about transformed into a buzzing Spokane as the tournament wrapped up here in Spokane. It was a lot of fun having March Madness here in Spokane, and the arena has already confirmed the first and second rounds of the men's NCAA basketball tournament in 2027. Live from the Spokane Arena, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
All right, Marissa, thank you. The hunt is on for lower egg prices ahead of Easter.
We'll explain if the holiday rush will send prices soaring coming up.
You'd start with all countries, so let's see what happens. Just not a cutoff.
President Trump is preparing to announce another round of new tariffs on Wednesday. We'll break down everything you need to know ahead of what he's calling Liberation Day.
A program that delivers free books to young kids in Washington may run out of funding. Why one local organization is urging lawmakers to keep it alive.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by Inland Imaging.
Do you like this one? I think this is my favorite. Okay, hon, what do you think of this one?
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
Wow, is this going to be ready in time for the baby?
Absolutely. From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points. The Tempur-Adapt features innovative technology, so you get deep, undisturbed rest all night long.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
If you're at home right now and you're suffering from burning, tingling, or numb feet, you need to pay special attention to this next segment as we discuss neuropathy.
What is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is actually nerve damage to the feet and the legs primarily.
And what are the symptoms?
The major symptoms we see are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, problems with your balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It is absolutely treatable, and we can get some great results.
If you're experiencing burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands, or having balance issues, call today for your nerve damage screening. Your nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our innovative treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe there is nothing that can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 25 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Act now and call to schedule your nerve damage screening. First 25 callers receive this screening for free.
The Book of Mormon is the best musical of this century. The 9-time Tony Award winner is genius, brilliant, phenomenal. The Book of Mormon is the funniest musical of all time. It's the gold standard for comedy that goes further than any other comedy in history. You won't believe how funny it is. You won't believe how much heart it has. And when it's over, you won't believe how much you'll want to see it again. The Book of Mormon, this Tuesday through Saturday at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Well, Washington is one of 20 states around the country enrolled in Dolly Parton's Imagination Library.
But this program that sends free books to kids 5 and under is in danger of losing state funding. Mary Sheridan spoke to Spokane's chapter, who explained what's at risk.
It's really hard for me to find someone that can't look at this program. You know, free books for kids, engaging them in early learning with their families, with their parents. It's just a powerfully positive thing.
Dolly Parton's Imagination Library guarantees a free book each month for every preschooler enrolled, from the moment they're born until they turn 5 years old. But for the first time since 2022, this program was left off of the Washington state budget, which means the Imagination Library could lose half of its funding. Now, the goal of this program is to reduce all barriers that stand in the way of kids discovering the joy of reading. It's free to families, and every month they'll receive their book in the mail.
It's something they can anticipate, they can be hopeful for, they can be excited when they arrive, and the hope is that it creates that engagement each month with their families that are sitting down and reading with those little kids.
One of these little kids is Dent's own 3-year-old grandson. Dent says that community partners like United Way are actively working with elected officials to find a way to keep this program on the state budget. He says feedback from families has the power to go a long way, even if it's just
letting them know that, you know, how beneficial this program is and then what they can do to help us get it in the state budget.
Ultimately, a book costs around $2.60. With state funding, United Way only pays $1.30 with postage. Multiplied by the nearly 10,000 kids they serve each month, and it starts to add up. But Dent says that helping families build their own personal library is a worthy cause.
That becomes a generational thing within a family, having been able to build up a little library of what your kid was able to start reading with before they entered school. It's a powerful thing that lasts.
Reporting in Spokane, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
That's awesome. Chance of showers off and on throughout the day tomorrow, particularly from late morning into the afternoon. A high of 49, 53 is our average high, but we will not be cool for long. There is a big warm up in the forecast. I'll tell you all about it after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Grins and Giggles Family Dentistry.
What can we make for you today? From the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana.
The DQ Freezer is opening again to bring back our most wished-for Blizzard flavor.
Freezer clear?
Just in time for our 85th birthday.
I wonder what it's gonna be. I wish that it...
You can't say a wish out loud. It won't come true. The Confetti Cake Blizzard Treat is back. Filled with confetti cake pieces and confetti frosting. All that's missing is a candle.
This is what I wish for.
Don't be late to the party. Grab yours before the DQ freezer closes.
If you've been in a wreck with a big truck,
you can bet the trucking company has a lot of lawyers working for them.
That's when you call Russell & Hill
to make sure you get all the money you deserve.
Call 800-LAW-0842. Whether you're a homeowner creating your dream space or a pro managing multiple projects, discover a new way to shop at Ferguson Home, where great ideas become stunning spaces. Ferguson Home is designed for the way you want to shop. Explore the best selection of bath, kitchen, and lighting products online, or experience items firsthand in one of our showrooms. Our experts offer personalized support every step of the way. Bring your vision to Ferguson Home, where it all comes together. Shop top brands like Electrolux or find your local showroom at fergusonhome.com.
Oh, are you all right?
Hardly. I stubbed my toe really bad.
Ouch, I hate that. Still, we should get this beauty back to Northern Quest before they send out a search party. Wow, such chivalry.
Yeah? Must have hit my head. Oh. Oh.
Join the grand prize drawing with Dave, Ken, and Molly this Monday.
All right, listen up, Bloomies. You only have a few hours left to get early bird pricing for this year's race. After today, it will cost you $35 to sign up for Bloomsday. That's up from the current price of $28. And Kirsten, you actually registered today. We're going to be your first Bloomsday, right?
Will be. Yeah, are you doing it?
Undecided?
Put him on the spot. Are you doing it?
You know, I'm not.
Chris.
I'm done. I know. I applaud the community spirit. I'm in favor of Bloomsday.
You're a real, like, I am trying to be a runner. You're a real runner.
Well, I'm not a real runner, but I like to run in private where no one can see how slow I am. Right. But no, go you. And we have some good Bloomsday training weather ahead in our forecast. What's always a good day to go out for a jog. 4 things to know about your weather. We are going to be dodging spotty showers over the next 3 days. Mostly valley rain, but we could see a little bit of snow mixing in the morning and wouldn't rule out a rogue rumble of thunder over the next few days. Then there's a warming trend, actually kicks off on Wednesday, and that takes us into a warm, sunny weekend. Think of all the weeds you can pull this weekend. Let's take a look now. I don't, my computer froze there for a minute. It is still cloudy in Spokane and 45 degrees. Rain has picked up again in Coeur d'Alene and it's 42, but it's very, very light rain as we see on the radar. And the extent of it is making its way a little bit further to the west now, beyond Liberty Lake into Spokane Valley. These are just sprinkles, a little bit heavier precipitation further to the east. Hour by hour, your forecast for tomorrow, we are going to have a slight chance of showers throughout the day. Very, very hit and miss. 36 degrees at 7 o'clock, and that's when we may see a little bit of snow trying to mix in. We have cold air aloft, and that would support a flurry or two. 11 a.m., our odds of wet weather pick up a little bit, but they don't get any higher than 30% at any point during the day. Tapering off again tomorrow evening, but not going down to 0 just yet. 49 will be our high, which is a little above or a little below average. The coolest weather through North Idaho, plenty of 40s there. Warmer, drier. You'll have a better chance of seeing some sunshine in the Columbia Basin and the Waterville Plateau. Right around the Spokane area, temperatures tomorrow will be in the 50s in 9 Mile, Meade, downtown Spokane Valley, but 40s elsewhere around the region. So it'll be a cool day, but not for long. We start climbing on Wednesday, getting warmer Thursday, and then by Friday, our temperatures jumping into the 60s, close to 70 degrees by this time next week. And the long range 8 to 14 day forecast is calling for above average temperatures, fairly strong signal of above average temperatures. And then leaning toward drier than average weather, but we're right on the edge there and wouldn't mind some more precipitation. Tomorrow is April Fool's Day, and there are some showers. You can ski for free tomorrow at Lookout Pass. That is not a joke. It was a joke that they said that they were going to keep the mountain open all summer, and many people fell for it. But they're not. But you can ski free tomorrow. And then we do have showers continuing through Thursday before it is sunshine full force starting on Friday.
Yeah, I think you gotta wait till actual April Fool's Day for the April Fool's jokes, right?
It's not a joke if you do it on March 31st.
Yeah. All right, with Easter just a few weeks away, people will be on the hunt for lower egg prices as the demand for eggs typically goes up this time of year.
So we checked in with some experts to see what you can expect at the store over the next few weeks. The high prices of eggs may be beginning to crack. Last week, the wholesale price for white large eggs fell 26 cents to $3 per dozen, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. But prices at the grocery store are nearly double.
We are going to be in this for a while, but...
Emily Metz is the president and CEO of the American Egg Board. This has been a particularly challenging time for these farmers. It's led to a shortage. Some experts say grocery stores have also kept prices high to recoup lost profits, which is why shoppers are shelling out more for eggs.
We have experienced devastating losses as a result of this disease. It takes months and months to get back to being able to produce eggs again.
Here's the good news. In the month of March, prices have consistently come down each week, and that's due to a variety of factors. 1, fewer avian flu cases. 2, the demand for eggs have dropped. And 3, the Trump administration has pledged $1 billion to help combat the avian flu crisis, including purchasing eggs from other countries like Mexico and Turkey. Here's the bad news. With Easter and Passover coming up, the demand for eggs is expected to rise.
We're expecting that prices will go back up again. Easter is our highest consumption period of the entire year.
Experts are also worried that the spring bird migration could also make avian flu cases go up.
We're certainly hopeful that we can battle back against any cases that might result from spring migration, but we just truthfully don't know.
Unpopular opinion, I just like the chocolate eggs.
Okay.
Those are my fave.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like buying, painting, and hiding your own eggs, there are plenty of fun Easter events you and your family can go to.
And we've put them all in one place for you. You can take out your phone right now if you'd like and scan this QR code using your phone's camera. It'll take you to our Easter festivities guide, where you can find everything from Easter egg extravaganzas to an underwater Easter egg hunt. I meant to check that one out. If you missed the code, you can also find our guide on our website, KXLY.com. All right, still ahead, budget cuts could impact homelessness programs here in Washington.
What this means for encampment removals and housing options in Spokane and how state leaders are planning to adjust.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Bad back? Get Good Feet with the personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store. Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good Feet, good life. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
It's time to get spring-loaded at the Kootenai Casino. Stay in April starting at the incredibly low rate of just $59 midweek in the Kootenai Falls Lodge. We'll even include 2 breakfast vouchers. Win at the Inn with big cash giveaways, daily mystery pot spins, Senior Day Wednesdays, and special events all month long. Book this special rate today and come win at the Inn. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
All across Washington, people are coming together
to restore our rivers and streams.
We're planting trees and shrubs to cool and purify the water,
making it healthier for salmon.
Each project improves water quality and creates new habitat for fish and wildlife.
The ripples of these projects will be felt for generations.
Be a part of the ripple effect by volunteering with your local conservation district.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make 2 feel like 1, or simply be a helping hand. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin. and fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
How would you like a quality, reliable new ride? Well, this month the new Findlay Honda store on 3rd Avenue is loaded with great options to choose from. So stop settling for less and stop by the new Findlay Honda today.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Rocky Mountain Rodeo at the Spokane Arena, May 16th and 17th.
Around the nation, as President Donald Trump prepares to unveil his tariffs on April 2nd, something he's calling Liberation Day, there's some anxiety about the global trade and economic impacts.
CNN's Brian Abel explains how the markets and world leaders are reacting.
Wednesday is a day that President Donald Trump plans to unleash tariffs, yet as we've seen from the White House, it's still unclear exactly what tariffs will be levied. Trump has shown a level of unpredictability on the subject, threatening particular tariffs, then scaling back or delaying them after conversations with and often capitulation from the leaders of the countries targeted by the tariff threat. And we know that leading up to what Trump is calling Liberation Day on April 2nd are still behind-the-scenes conversations between countries and industries looking to be exempt from the tariffs, as well as discussions inside the White House about what types and what levels the tariffs will be. They could be tailored to each country to match the tariff rate a country charges for goods coming from the U.S., or it could be a universal across-the-board tariff. Trump said this when asked about the scope on Air Force One over the weekend.
You'd start with all countries, so let's see what happens. There's not a cutoff.
What else is unclear is how the auto companies will be impacted, including the big three of the U.S. of Ford, GM, and Stellantis. The president of the United Auto Workers Union, Shawn Fain, recently said he's been told directly that manufacturing jobs will come back to America as a direct impact of these tariffs. Here's what he said about the timing of that. Quote, with these tariffs, thousands of good-paying blue-collar auto jobs could be brought back to working-class communities across the U.S. within a matter of months, simply by adding additional shifts or lines in a number of underutilized auto plants. And that speaks to many auto experts' concerns about the timing it would take for American cars to become more American in the face of such tariffs and what kind of economic pain they may bring. What most economists do agree on, though, is that these tariffs will very likely raise the price of cars and car parts in the short term. At the White House, I'm Brian Abel reporting.
Well, is your bank account working as hard as you are?
Why sticking with the same account for years could be costing you cash. Coming up. And proposed property tax hikes could raise millions, but could they price home buyers out? We'll have more on the debate happening in Olympia next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
Stay ahead of your child's moderate to severe eczema with Dupixent as they welcome the feeling of touch with clear skin and less itch. The #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists helps heal their skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your child's doctor about Dupixent.
Get hot deals and fast installation from Carpet Barn. Yes! Now during the Barn Burner Flash Sale at Carpet Barn. Get 10% off store-wide on all non-clearance flooring, and our expert team will have your new floors installed in a flash. Save on a wide selection of quality carpet, hardwood, LVP, tile, and laminate flooring. Hurry into Carpet Barn today. Don't let these savings go up in smoke. Sale ends March 31st. Find a location near you at carpetbarnspokane.com.
The Book of Mormon is the best musical of this century. You won't believe how funny it is. You won't believe how much heart it has. And when it's over, you won't believe how much you'll want to see it again. The Book of Mormon, June 3rd through 7th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
This year, turn your backyard into a fun, relaxing paradise. From Quality Spas of Spokane, the little store that sells the most hot tubs and swim spas. Made right here in the United States by Cal Spas.
Should we take a look at? What do you think?
So here,
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Next ET, we're in London with the cast of a Minecraft movie. Plus, we're with Gene Smart and the cast of Hacks before their season 4 return.
Oh my God, wait till you see.
Next.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Tomorrow morning, Chris Powell is back on GMA with what you need to feel better, look better, and live great. Wow. And Wednesday morning, Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, Ryan Coogler, and Noah Wiley live on Good Morning America.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, facing a multi-billion-dollar budget deficit, Washington lawmakers are looking at ways to make up that money.
One option is through new taxes. One particular plan would raise the amount you're paying in property taxes. Madeline Mullins joins us in studio now to explain how that could impact you.
Right now, Washington law states that a city like Spokane can only raise its property taxes by 1% annually. House and Senate Democrats want to change that, giving local governments the power to raise property taxes each year based on inflation and population growth, an amount that would fall well above a 1% increase. Property taxes fund many different things, from fire and police departments to education. Proponents of this bill say the current rate of 1% growth a year is not enough to keep up with rising prices, and this would provide crucial funding. The Department of Revenue estimates that if the House plan were to pass, it would mean an increase of $50 million in 2026. However, those opposed are worried about the impact this would have on those looking to purchase property.
There's already a sense of a little bit of sticker shock.
With rising insurance costs and interest rates, increasing property taxes could be the cherry on top of an already expensive sundae.
It's possible that it could price some buyers out of the market altogether.
A process that realtors say has already started.
I can tell you of one client that I started working with about a year ago that we were looking, had made an offer on a home, but ultimately at the end of that, they decided to hop out of the home buying race. They said, with the rates going up, we just have decided now is not the right time.
These proposed property tax increases by Democratic lawmakers goes against Governor Bob Ferguson's statement that new taxes is a last resort.
I've been saying at this point is let's first look at our budget and find efficiencies and reductions. So far, we've identified about $8 billion in those efficiencies and reductions.
Differences that will have to be sorted out in the coming weeks. And both the Senate and the House still need to vote on their respective tax packages. And if passed, the next steps would be working to come to a common ground between the two chambers and the governor. Live in studio, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Madeline, thank you. Here's a look at an amazing view of the Spokane River taken in downtown Spokane by our very own Sydney Berger. She's raising her hand in the newsroom right now. Yes, we know that's your picture. As soon as the rain stopped, wow, what a gorgeous rainbow over the falls.
And around the same time this photo was taken, Washington State University shared this video of it snowing on campus. What a difference 75 miles can make when it comes to the weather. Right, Chris?
Oh, my goodness. Yes, it is spring in the inland Northwest, and we could see a similar scenario tomorrow, especially in the morning. A little sun, little snow, a few showers, and right now I'm tracking a thunderstorm. It's fairly weak right around the Sprague area. It is moving to the northeast, so maybe just about following along I-90. It will likely not hold together long, especially as we get into the 7 o'clock hour. Another little area of convection right around the Fish Trap area. And again, this is moving to the northeast, but will likely not hold together very long. None of the thunderstorms that we have seen have. Here is a look at I-90 at Geiger, and it is No problem right now, no precipitation, but it is off further to the south and west. On our radar right now, we see that there are scattered showers, and we've had some isolated thunderstorm activity around Enchilium and Chewelah earlier this evening. It's mostly just light rain over Kootenai County and now moving north into Bonner County. Our forecast radar shows those hit and miss showers continuing through the evening before really tapering off as we get into the overnight. A few isolated spots, but then tomorrow morning we will start to see a little more blue mixing in with the greens. So you may wake up with a few snow showers or rain snow mix at your house. I will be back with much more late spring-like weather, warmer, sunnier weather to tell you about coming up in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Looking forward to it, Chris. Thank you. A state audit found evidence that the city of Millwood was not keeping track of credit card charges made by city officials. According to the audit, Mayor Kevin Freeman used the credit card to make over $3,000 in personal purchases between 2021 and 2024. That included gas, food, lodging, and private business expenses. The mayor says he used the card by mistake and had reimbursed the city. The audit also found over $7,000 in questionable charges that neither the mayor nor the city could justify. The state recommends the city strengthen its credit card policy. The city says it is already making changes, including only issuing department heads credit cards and not to appointed or elected city officials.
Well, it's the end of an era at Washington State University, with the university's president officially retiring today. President Kirk Schulz has been WSU's president since 2016. Schulz says he's experienced incredible highs and lows over the past 9 years, including the collapse and rebuilding of the Pac-12. His wife, Dr. Noelle Schulz, has served as WSU's First Lady and will continue in her role as director for the Institute for Northwest Energy Futures at WSU Tri-Cities. Dr. Elizabeth Cantwell will succeed Schulz. She comes to WSU from Utah State. Dr. Cantwell will be the first woman to hold a position in the school's 135-year history. President Schulz says he'll support and counsel President Cantwell as needed. He then plans to take a sabbatical and write a book about training the next generation of academic leaders.
President Cantwell is taking over as the university puts a pause on non-essential hiring, travel, and other spending. The university says it's preparing for a 1 to 10% budget funding reduction to keep the school afloat. The school saying the freeze is due to both state and federal lawmakers tightening their budgets. In a letter to all faculty and staff, the university writes in part, quote, "The landscape of higher education is evolving, and to thrive, we are going to have to shape our future together."
Well, the U.S. economy faces a growing risk of a recession. Yesterday, Goldman Sachs raised its risk for an economic slowdown over the next 12 months.
With the risk and the uncertainty of a trade war, inflation, and unemployment, many are keeping a close eye on their investments and their bank accounts. But are you getting the most bang for your buck at the bank? CNN's Michael Yoshida explains why you should be flexible with where you bank.
According to a new survey from Bankrate, many Americans have been using the same bank accounts for years, even decades. But just as your lifestyle and the economy likely differ from when those accounts were first opened, experts say your banking choices should adapt and evolve with the times too.
As America's economy faces growing uncertainty, are your bank accounts doing all they can for you?
It's important to shop around periodically. I don't think enough people are doing that. Only about 1 in 4 have switched accounts in the last 5 years.
According to Bankrate, Americans surveyed have held on to the same checking account for an average of 19 years and the same savings account for an average of 17. Convenience is the reason many give for staying.
There actually is such a thing as too much loyalty because this account may not suit you anymore.
So how to approach your accounts? Bankrate's Ted Rossman says for your checking, because that's usually your daily transaction account for your paycheck and bills, bigger brick and mortar banks such as Chase, Bank of America, Citi, and Wells Fargo are often great because of little to no fees, easy ATM and branch access, and quality customer service. But for your savings, shop around. In particular, among smaller institutions, credit unions, community and online banks, such as Brio Direct, Rising Bank, and others, where you'll often find better rates for a high-yield savings account.
Checking accounts usually yield next to nothing. Savings accounts, on the other hand, some of the good ones are upwards of 4%.
Over time, that adds up.
think of it this way. For every $10,000 you save, it's about $450 a year in interest if you're getting about 4.5%.
And when shopping around for a high-yield savings account, Rossman says, like with anything, you should do your due diligence and make sure those banks are FDIC or NCUA insured. In Washington, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
Well, the women's NCAA tournament in Spokane ends tonight, but two teams get to continue their run.
With UCLA's win yesterday, the Bruins are watching the last game at the Spokane Arena probably fairly anxiously, Sydney.
Yeah, and that's because whoever wins that one is going to be UCLA's opponent in Tampa Bay. UConn and USC are fighting for that final spot in the Final Four. I've got the latest from the game in the Spokane Arena coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical.
This is him. You need an eye exam. Wait weeks for an appointment? Now that's criminal.
Word on the street is at Stanton Optical, you don't have to wait for an eye exam. 2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam for $79 all same day. Stanton Optical, easy as our thing.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Todd LaRoche. Todd is a volunteer chaplain with the Spokane Police Department.
For over 10 years, Todd has trained and mentored other volunteer chaplains, working together to support families after the loss of a loved one.
I just really love helping people. Unfortunately, it's in the most difficult time of their lives.
Thanks to STCU for helping make sure volunteers count.
What's better than super fresh fruits and vegetables? Yep, you've got it. Super fresh fruits and vegetables on sale.
Swing into Super One Foods this Thursday and save big during our 12-hour produce sale. 1 pound of fresh sweet strawberries, $1.98 each, first 2. 20-ounce Lighthouse salad dressings, $2.98 each, first 3. Jumbo red grapes, just $1.48 a pound.
Super One Foods 12-hour produce sale this Thursday only. Hey, it's better than fresh.
NIU has been serving our community for over 50 years. It's a broad mix of cancer care. We see all kinds of urologic cancers and take care of those patients here.
The partnership we have allows us to deliver all the different options all in one place. With a new diagnosis of prostate cancer, you'll have all the options available, everything from the latest surgical options to the latest radiation options, and so we're happy to help with that.
Most patients are referred by their primary care doctors. Patients can certainly always pick up the phone and give us a call as well.
At Stanton, get a 1-month supply of Clarity One Day for only $69. Plus a free contact lens eye exam. That's a whole lot of savings. That is our best deal yet. Book your eye exam today. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
You expect more from local news. Natalie Grant delivers.
With no staff noticing until it was too late.
Your trusted anchor in the newsroom and in the field.
Was there ever a question in your mind if these ballots weren't in a safe location?
Focused on the real issues that impact us all every day.
Leaving students and families confused and concerned.
It's not just about delivering the news. It's about earning your trust and making your life better. Only on 4 News Now.
Well, on the road to the Final Four, 8 teams made a pit stop in Spokane, and after tonight, only 2 get to continue on to the tournament in Tampa Bay. USC and UConn are fighting for the last spot in the Final Four. That game happening right now in the Spokane Arena. So here's the latest score. We've got UConn with Paige Beckers leading 14-11. It's the end of the first quarter. These 2 teams, again, playing for that date against UCLA and Tampa Bay this weekend. The first regional champion, though, was crowned Sunday afternoon. That's the UCLA Bruins, who also made some history in the Spokane Arena. They punched a ticket to the first Final Four in their program's history. UCLA beat the LSU Tigers 72-65. Their reward is that trip to Tampa Bay, where they face the winner of this UConn-USC game happening now. The Washington State men's team is playing in the inaugural College Basketball Crown tonight. The postseason tournament is in its first year down in Vegas. The Cougs will tip off against Georgetown at 8 p.m. and will be missing Nate Calmise and Isaiah Watts in the lineup due to both players entering the transfer portal.
I think everyone's going to have to take a step up with some of the minutes, and you know, for us, like, it's a great opportunity to get some of these young guys some experience, and I think that's the exciting piece for all these guys, is to kind of show the different lessons they've learned, and let's see how those translate in the Crown.
Well, if the Cougs beat Georgetown, they'll play the winner of Nebraska and Iowa State on Wednesday. The Spokane Indians season begins this week with opening day this Friday. The defending champs announced their roster this morning with 15 returning players from last season. And if you can't wait until opening day, check out the Fan Fest this Wednesday to meet the players for an autograph session and watch the Home Run Derby. There's more details on our website, KXLY.com. Yesterday's Julio Rodriguez home run and win over the A's marked the Mariners' second win of the season. The M's are hosting the Detroit Tigers with first pitch happening right about now, supposed to be 6:40. The Mariners made some big roster moves, signing 28-year-old Cal Raleigh to a 6-year, $105 million deal. Seattle fans know the catcher as the Big Dumper. And now that Raleigh is here to stay, the team is using his nickname in a very iconic way. They have got the Big Dumper ending relationships mid-game.
Oh, wow.
You got to see what they show on the big screen.
Hey, it's me, Cal Raleigh, the Big Dumper, and I've got a message for Kelly in Section 223. Cam needs to take a break, starting now. Bummer. Need the Big Dumper to do some dumping? Drop me an email at bigdumper@mariners.com.
So all I'm going to say, if you get invited to a Mariners game by your significant other,
don't go.
High alert. Stay on alert.
Poor Kelly.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
Oh, I love it. Promo team needs the raise.
We'll see what future ones hold.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what else we've got here.
Driven deep to left field. He's done it again. See ya.
The New York Yankees are off to a great start this season, hitting 15 home runs in their first 3 games, leading them to a sweep the series against the Milwaukee Brewers.
All right, but now some are questioning a new baseball bat being used by some players dubbed the torpedo bat. What makes these bats different is that each one is custom designed for each player to have more wood in the sweet spot where they usually hit the ball.
Imagine you have $100 for a bat budget, right? And you can put the wood anywhere in the bat that you want. Wouldn't you want to load the most wood in the part of the bat where you make the hardest contact?
Now, Major League Baseball says the bats are actually in compliance with the league rules, so other teams can use them too, but some, like Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports, are calling for it to be banned, saying he thinks they'll ruin the game.
Should it be legal? No. Is it cheating? Yeah, it is.
Some Yankees players are not using the bat, like superstar Aaron Judge, who hit an American League record 62 home runs in 2022 and 58 more last season. When asked why, he said, "What I've done the last couple of seasons speaks for itself." The Mariners, though, just ordered some. I just read it on the Seattle Times.
Oh, well, more home runs, the better, right? Tuesday planner, we have a chance of showers off and on throughout the day. Very hit and miss. High temperature of 49 degrees. 53 is our average high. I'll be back with much warmer weather in the 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Need to liven up your living room? Deck out your dining room? Beautify your bedroom? We've got just the thing. It's the spring clearance sale at Furniture Row, and that means all clearance furniture is on sale throughout the store. Shop fresh new looks for every room in your home. Or make your money work for you with 48 months, no interest financing. Get your home ready for spring with the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. Only at Furniture Row.
Do you like this one? I think this is my favorite. Okay, hon, what do you think of this one?
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
Wow, is this going to be ready in time for the baby?
Absolutely.
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza.
I work late shifts. Car Wash Plaza is open 24/7. That works for me.
I feel safe. It's so well lit, and there's security lights everywhere.
Strong water jets cover everything. The roof, the sides, even the undercarriage.
Essential Dog Wash is so convenient, no hassle, keeps the dog clean, and keeps my house clean too.
It's easy at Car Wash Plaza. It's the best in the Northwest.
First. At Shriners Children's, the world's most advanced scoliosis procedures are born here. In fact, we deliver access to the world's best doctors for nearly every pediatric orthopedic condition. Where delivering care without compromise is our promise. And kids can just be kids. Because being first always starts with empowering the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
That was a brilliant performance. Tonight, Idol's two-night event continues.
Hollywood Week is the most stressful time in their journey.
More than half of you will be going home.
American Idol, new tonight on ABC.
We're on with what's new this morning. What's happening now.
And what's next for you?
Get what's new now and next at 5 and 6 a.m. right here.
And right here at 7A.
Because we're on all morning long. Good Morning Northwest and GMA.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
I am tracking some areas of thunderstorm activity, not a whole lot of lightning. In fact, we haven't picked up any cloud ground lightning in the last 15 minutes, but there have been some rumbles of thunder around Sprague, up toward Fish Trap. Also, some areas of more moderate precipitation there between Davenport and Reardon, just south of Highway 2. And all of this is moving to the northeast, potentially impacting the Spokane area later this evening. These areas of more intense thunderstorm, and I use the word intense, the slightly more intense areas of these showers will be tapering off, though nothing holding together for very long on our Doppler radar over the past several hours. We did have a little bit of thunderstorm activity up around Inchelium and Chewelah. Further to the south, just some real spotty showers with embedded thunderstorms. We've also had a rumble of thunder or two on the Idaho-Palouse earlier this afternoon. Very scattered, and this will continue to become more and more scattered as we get into the overnight, and we'll start to dry out a little bit. Our high temperature today, 51, 53 is our average high now. 35, our average overnight low. We're going to be below average for the next few days. Sunset is at 7:19. Our temperature trend takes us above average finally by Friday, and then well above for the weekend and into early next week. The extended forecast, our 8 to 14 day, we are in the dark red, indicating a strong signal of above average temperatures. Less certainty about our precipitation. Most of the west in this area of below average precipitation, but we're right on the borderline there in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and Sandpoint. Tomorrow is April Fool's Day. We do have a few showers in our forecast. Wednesday, mostly dry, although it is going to be unsettled through Thursday, and then high pressure begins building in for the weekend and beyond, keeping things clear and bringing that warming trend close to 70 degrees by Monday. Derek?
We certainly like the looks of that. Well, as Washington lawmakers continue to debate how to close the state's multi-billion-dollar budget shortfall, questions are coming up about how services for the homeless could be affected.
Murrow News fellow Albert James spoke with leaders about what cuts are being considered and what that means for getting people off the street.
It was tough coming into this budget. It's going to be tough coming out of it. So.
Housing leaders at the State Department of Commerce say while they're facing cuts to some of their programs around homelessness, they're not dramatic considering the state's deficit, and they're still getting enough money to maintain program capacity.
It's a priority for everyone, I think, across the board, all the houses, all the branches of government, etc. So the budgets reflect that.
One of the initiatives facing a proposed reduction is the Encampment Resolution Program, which moves people from camps near highways and into housing. Commerce says they won't have to close down any housing options, but because of a low turnover of beds, they'll be limited on how many people they can get off the streets in the future.
We've closed quite a few encampments, but that pace is going to drop quite a bit. We've addressed 57 sites, but I expect just a handful if at the $45 million a year.
Spokane City leaders say the program has been critical as they've cleared 4 encampments and public spaces since last summer, making the areas accessible again and getting the people who live there connected to resources to get on their feet.
And there's so many points at which that funding is critical. It might not sound like a lot to lose funding in one place, but that one place can backlog the other 3 steps of the journey, making it more and more difficult to successfully exit people and to be responsive to camps.
The Seattle-King County Coalition on Homelessness says the Freeway Encampment Program has been very successful, but that and all other homelessness programs need more support with new sources of revenue.
When it comes to homelessness and housing, everyone in Washington understands that we need more than we currently have. So again, maintaining existing services, while it's essential, is not enough to take care of our fellow Washingtonians.
Both the House and the Senate have to agree on one budget to send to the governor by the time session ends on April 27th. In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
And before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Get hot deals and fast installation from Carpet Barn. Yes, now during the Barn Burner Flash Sale at Carpet Barn. Get 10% off store-wide on all non-clearance flooring, and our expert team will have your new floors installed in a flash. Save on a wide selection of quality carpet, hardwood, LVP, tile, and laminate flooring. Hurry into Carpet Barn today. Don't let these savings go up in smoke. Sale ends March 31st. Find a location near you at carpetbarnspokane.com.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
The Book of Mormon is the best musical of this century. The 9-time Tony Award winner is genius, brilliant, phenomenal. The Book of Mormon is the funniest musical of all time. It's the gold standard for comedy that goes further than any other comedy in history. You won't believe how funny it is. You won't believe how much heart it has. And when it's over, you won't believe how much you'll want to see it again. The Book of Mormon, this Tuesday through Saturday at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
At Denver Mattress, comfort comes easy, but peace of mind is a bit tricky. And no, we can't give you a bedside psychoanalyst. Beat it, Sigmund. But you can rest easy knowing every mattress is backed by our 365-night Better Sleep guarantee. And during the spring clearance sale, find huge savings on clearance throughout the store, like up to 50% off select Sealy hybrid mattresses. Or score 48 months no interest and free shipping. Comfort, peace of mind, and a great night's sleep, only at Denver Mattress.
4 News Now is brought to you by Inland Imaging.
Well, coming up tonight on Nightside, experts are weighing in, saying a lack of deep sleep could increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Tips on what you can do at home to sleep better as tonight at 11.
We've got some showers moving north-northeast along I-90 toward Cheney, Medical Lake. Wouldn't rule out a rumble of thunder. Extends down by Sprague as well. The view from our station here at 500 West Boone Avenue, little sliver of blue sky. We are looking to the southwest, but you could see some dark clouds heading this way too.
Yeah, that's dramatic. It's a good look.
But Sydney, you got to get over to the arena. Who you got tonight?
Oh, it would have been better if Juju was there, but I think I got UConn here. I'd love to see Paige get to the Final Four in her final season here.
There you go. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you at 11.